Aloore Radio, Twitter and Instagram at Aloore Radio. You can also subscribe on our YouTube page on Aloore Radio. Make sure you click on the notification bell so you know when we are live. This is Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo State. This is Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo State.
It's getting serious on this track, fam.
Right, good morning to you out there, our listeners. You're welcome to yet another interesting edition of Aloore Newspaper Review. It's a blessed morning, and we really hope you're going to enjoy this session with us. My name is Olamide Adeniji. We'll be bringing you reviews from two dailies in Nigeria today. I'm taking Nigerian Tribune. I have my colleague here who's taking...
Yeah, a very good morning. I will be taking the Punch newspaper, and my name is Eneyo Asokwe. It's good to have you.
Okay, very good. Very quickly, let me inform you that you could follow us on our social media handles on Facebook, Aloore Radio, and you could also subscribe on our YouTube channel, Aloore Radio. You could also log on to our website, www.aloreradio.com, and you could also download our mobile app on Google Play Store. Okay, right to the business of the day. I'm taking my my first headline from the Nigerian Tribune, which says, or your government launches app for tracking of land files. What do you have there?
And this is coming from the front page of the Punch newspaper, which says that APC in dilemma over zoning. The metro race open.
Okay, this is another Oyo State story, which is telling us that Oyo Judiciary inaugurates Committee on Administration of Criminal Justice Law.
And this is coming from page 2 of the Punch newspaper, which says that federal government must justify fresh 3 trillion naira vote orders for fuel subsidy, says Senate.
On the Ekiti hula balu, political hula balu, I have the Shaguni accuses Fayoshe NWC of sellout to APC.
And this is coming from page 8 of the Punch newspaper. 24 gunned down as killings rise in Kaduna and Niger State.
Still on Ekiti State, I have this which says, I won't accept Oyebanji as APC governor candidate. Will seek redress in court. Bamidele.
And this is still on the Punch newspaper. Fayoshe Oni clash. Alleged sellout rigging in Ekiti PDP primary.
Alleged financial misappropriation. Ogun Assembly summons LG chairman. Others.
3 arrested as Oshun vows clamp down on Elisha killers.
Okay, and this aborted Zamfara trip. Presidency attacks PDP, accuses it of mischief.
And this is coming from page 43. Ogun Assembly alleges grafts, summons local government chairman.
And this is a rather sad story coming from page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune, which says 19 killed, houses burnt in fresh attack in Kaduna, Niger communities. Niger government mobilizes Air Force against terrorists on rampage in local governments.
And this is coming from the NDLEA. NDLEA seizes 48,000 tramadol tabs, 22 United Kingdom, France and Portugal passports.
I'll rather describe this as a banner headline on the Nigerian Tribune 2023. Power must shift to South Middle Belt Forum, as Ohaneze cautions article.
And this is coming from Bamidele Ekiti. APC primary didn't hold well. Challenge the outcome.
Okay, at this juncture, we're going to go on a short break. When we return, we'll give you the full details. Thank you for staying tuned.
Your day has gotten a lot better. You can stand a chance of winning amazing prizes every month on Aloore Radio. How to participate? Follow us on our Facebook page on Aloore Radio. Share our program links on all your social media platforms. The person with the highest shared links win our amazing monthly prizes. Share, listen to Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo State. Hear this. You can stand a chance of winning amazing prizes every month on Aloore Radio. How to participate? Follow us on our Facebook page on Aloore Radio. Share our program links on all your social media platforms. The person with the highest shared links win our amazing monthly prizes. Share, listen to Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo State. This is Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo State. A lot better. You can stand a chance of winning a
Welcome back to Aloore newspaper review, coming from you, straight from you, from the studios of from GSM Studios here at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism Secretariat at Godi, Ibadan. My first story is coming from page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. It's a relevant story from Oyo State Government. Oyo Government launches application for tracking of land files. The Oyo State Government over the weekend launched a mobile app designed with many features, including having access to details of chosen landed property without necessarily visiting the Ministry of Lands. According to the Commissioner of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Olaiwola Olusegun, the mobile app, otherwise known as Ile Dollar Exchange, under the Private Networks Nigeria Limited initiative, is the first of its kind in Nigeria and would avail residents of the state an opportunity to make inquiry and suggestions on government services and get faster responses. You may read more of this story from the second page of Nigerian Tribune.
And my first story is coming from APC. APC in dilemma over zoning. The Metro out race open. There are strong indications that the All Progressive Congress is in dilemma over the zoning of the 2023 presidency. It was gathered on Sunday that although the party was looking sideward to pick its presidential candidate, there was a strong possibility that it could still throw the race open for both northern and southern aspirants. You can read more on that on page 2 of the Punch newspaper.
Still on the second page of the Nigerian Tribune, Oyo Judiciary inaugurates Committee on Administration of Criminal Justice Law as part of efforts to provide an efficient and effective practice direction that would consider different means of practicing and administering criminal justice law in Oyo State. The Chief Judge, Justice Munta Abimbola, on Friday inaugurated a committee on the administration of criminal justice law in the state. The committee, which will be headed by Justice Ladino Akintola, is expected to look at the shortcomings within the system that have been operative in the state over the years and further assess the practice and propose suggestions that would fast-track the dispensation of justice and curb congestions in courts. You may read more of this story on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune.
And this is coming from page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Federal government must justify fresh 3 trillion naira vote, others for fuel subsidy, says Senate. The Senate has said that the federal government will have to justify the fresh demand for 3 trillion naira for the extension of the subsidy on petrol before it is approved by the National Assembly. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Ajibola Bashiru, made this known against the backdrop of the controversy surrounding the actual volume of petrol which Nigeria consumed daily. You can read more of the story on page 2 of the Punch newspaper.
Okay, I'm picking this from page 12 of the Nigerian Tribune. NURTW dissociates self from clash with police in Ibadan. The National Union of Road Transport Workers has dissociated its members from mayhem that broke at Diamond Hotel, Alakia, Ibadan, Oyo State, during which some men of the Nigerian police were injured. Reacting to a news report which linked the NURTW with breakdown of law and order that took place in the hotel, the president of the union, Professor Tajuddin Ibikunle Barua, warned that people should stop confusing NURTW with Oyo State-owned park management services. Wow, interesting. Professor Tajuddin, are you saying the man is a professor? Wow. Okay, what do you have there?
And this is coming from the Metro page of the Punch newspaper. This is actually a very sad one. Lagos residents homeless as electric cooker fire guts building. Now, many residents have been rendered homeless after a fire incident on Oke Street, Akonwajo, in the Alimosho area of Lagos State destroyed a 12-flat building. It was learned that the fire, which raged from Friday night into the early hours of Saturday, was caused by an electric cooker. A tenant in the bungalow was said to have left the appliance on after a power outage and shut the door while going out. However, disaster struck after power was restored in the area around 8 p.m. on Friday. An eyewitness who sold foodstuffs near the burnt building and identified himself only as Sunday said residents later noticed smoke coming out of the tenant's room. You can read more on that page, on page 4 of the Punch newspaper, the Metro page to be precise, page 4, Punch newspaper.
Yeah, this season we need to be careful with our appliances, bearing in mind
Yes.
that it's Amazon
Amazon
period,
season, yeah.
and we need to be so very careful. May God restore their loss.
Amen.
Okay, now this is coming from page 3 of Nigerian Tribune. Aborted Zamfara trip. Presidency attacks PDP, accuses it of mischief. The presidency on Sunday said the People's Democratic Party either lacked understanding of presidential movements or was being mischievous by saying President Muhammadu Buhari should have traveled by road to Gusau rather than cancel his trip over bad weather. President Buhari, who was in Sokoto on Thursday, was supposed to proceed to Gusau for a condolence visit to the people over the recent deadly terrorist attacks, but had to call it off citing poor weather conditions. Okay, you may read more of this story. It's an exchange of blows between the presidency and the opposing party, PDP. Page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune.
And this is still coming on the Metro page of the Punch newspaper. This is also a very sad one. Boyfriend fleeing after killing and beheading his girlfriend was arrested in Ogun State. The Ogun State Police Command has arrested the suspects, Soliu Majekodumi, for allegedly masterminding the killing of his girlfriend, identified only as Rufayat. The State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Abimbola Oyeyemi, in an update on the killings of Rufayat by 4 teenagers in Abeokuta, said the gang leader Majekodumi had been arrested. Oyeyemi had confirmed that 4 teenagers slaughtered and burnt the skull of Rufayat after her boyfriend Majekodumi lured her to his house in Oke Ono. Our correspondent had reported that there was confusion in Oke Aregba community. You can always read more on that story on page 5, the Metro page of the Punch newspaper. That's actually a very sad
I have
one.
a twin of that story here on page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune. It's a rather sad story. We plead with our ladies, please be careful. Don't go
Yes,
to boyfriend's
it's
house.
getting too much.
As well. Okay. This is coming from page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune. 11 killed, 30 houses burnt in fresh attack in Zango Kataf, Kaduna government. Okay. Security forces have informed the Kaduna state government that Komin Masara general area of Zangon Kataf local government area of the state was attacked in the early hours of Sunday. According to the reports, troops of the Nigerian Air Force Special Forces who responded to distress calls from the area were also ambushed as they mobilized to the scene of the attack. A rather sad story, but you may read more of the story on page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune.
24 gunned down as killings rise in Kaduna and Niger State. The Kaduna state government says the attacks by gunmen on Zaman Dabo village in the Atrab chiefdom of Zango Kataf local government area of the state in the early hours of Sunday claimed 11 lives, which over 30 houses were razed. This is just as over a dozen persons were reportedly killed and others injured during an attack on Galadima Kogo community in Niger State on Saturday. The State Commissioner of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, who confirmed the Kaduna incident, said as of 4:30 p.m., no fewer than 11 residents of the area had died. That is actually a very sad one. You can read more of that story on page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
And this is coming from page 25 of Nigerian Tribune. NDLEA nabs 3 transborder traffickers with 48,000 tablets of tramadol in Adamawa. 3 transborder drug traffickers have been arrested by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency while trying to smuggle 48,000 tablets of 225 milligrams tramadol through Mubi, Adamawa State to Cameroon Republic. just as over 1,500 kilograms of imported loud and other illicit substances have been intercepted in raids across Lagos and Edo State. You may read more of this story on page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune.
The Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities attacks federal government wants minimum wage arrears paid in February. The Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities has asked the federal government to pay its members the arrears of the minimum wage before the end of February. The association lamented the pain its members were passing through as a result of the implementation of the integrated personnel payroll system in the universities and called on the government to unbundle the mode of payment by decentralizing payment to staff unions according to staff status. You can read more of the story on page 9 of the Punch newspaper.
Alleged financial misappropriation. Ogun Assembly summons ex-LG chairman officials. The Ogun State House of Assembly has directed some former local government chairmen under the administration of Senator Ibikunle Amosu to appear before it over alleged financial infractions. The Assembly, through the Public Accounts and Anti-Corruption Committee, said it observed some infractions in the audit reports on the local government councils in the state. You may read more of this story on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Fayose only clash, alleged sellout, rigging over Ekiti PDP primary. The former governor of Ekiti State and People's Democratic Party governorship aspirant in the state, Chief Segun Oni, has accused former governor Ayodele Fayose of selling out the party's candidate to the All Progressive Congress. Oni also took a swipe at the PDP National Working Committee led by Iyorchia Ayu for having hurriedly ratified the outcome of the governorship primary election, which he alleged was conducted in a shady and abysmal manner. You can read more on this story on page 16 of the Punch newspaper.
A rather sad one coming from River State here. Bishop's son killed, houses razed in Cross River communal clash. A bishop and his son were reportedly killed during a community clash in Bayase. Look, I'm not sure I got that. Bayase local government area of Cross River State. The clash was between the people of Abanwan and Ogbam in Ere clan. Okay, you may read more on this story from page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Ekiti APC primary didn't hold. We will challenge outcome, says Bamidele, a National Assembly member and All Progressives Congress governorship aspirant in Ekiti State. Senator Okpeyemi Bamidele said on Sunday that the alleged abortion of democracy in Thursday's APC primary election in the state would be subjected to legal scrutiny. Bamidele insisted that no election was held on January 27 and that the figures reeled out by Governor Abubakar Badaru-led primary election committee were alleged fabricated. You can read more of the story on page 16 of the Punch newspaper.
And I'm picking this from page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. Police arrest 5 for alleged killing robbery in Osun State. The Osun State Police Command has arrested 5 suspects in connection with the killing of 5 persons in Elisha on Saturday morning, as well as those allegedly causing disturbances in Ile-Ife. You may read more of this story on the Nigerian Tribune, page 5.
Transport fares jumped by 283% amid rising fuel subsidy, says the NBS report. The average cost of bus transportation within Nigerian cities rose from 122 naira in January 2017 to 470 naira in December 2021, reports have shown. This means that the cost of intra-city bus transportation has risen by 283% or 384 naira in 4 years. This according to an analysis of data from the Transport Fare Watch report of the National Bureau of Statistics. In 2017, Abuja had the highest intra-city bus transport cost at 290 naira, while Borno had the lowest at 50 naira. You can read more of the story on page 23 of the Punch newspaper.
This is coming from page 26 of the Nigerian Tribune. Power must shift to South. Middle Belt Forum. The Middle Belt Forum on Sunday warned those clamoring that the successor of President Muhammadu Buhari should come from the North, should shelve the idea in the interest of the country. You may read more of this story on page 26 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Ogun Assembly alleges grafts summons local government chairman. Ogun State House of Assembly has summoned chairmen of some local government areas of the state that allegedly involved in financial infractions. The Assembly said it observed some infractions in the audit report on the local government councils in the state. The Assembly, through its Public Accounts and Anti-Corruption Committee, ordered the Permanent Secretary, Local Government Service Commission, to communicate his summons to all councils and officials involved. You can read more of the story on page 43 of the Punch newspaper.
Okay, so at this juncture, we'll be calling it a day. But before I go, there's this headline on the judiciary budget. NJC under pressure from lawyers over alleged lack of transparency. You may read more on that story on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. And at this juncture, we'll be calling it a day. Do not forget, you could join us live on our Facebook pages, on our Facebook page, Aloore Radio. You could also subscribe on our YouTube channel, Aloore Radio, and log on to our website, www.aloreradio.com. And do not forget, you could download our mobile app on Google Play Store and call our studio line 09039853731. Till tomorrow, when our colleagues will be meeting you, thank you for joining us, and do have a blessed week. My name is Olamide Adeniji.
And my name is Eneo Asipo. Thank you for joining us.
Your day has gotten a lot better. You can stand a chance of winning amazing prizes every month on Aloore Radio. Now, hear this. Your day has gotten a lot better. You can stand a chance of winning amazing prizes every month on Aloore Radio. How to participate? Follow us on our Facebook page on Aloore Radio. Share our program links on all your social media platforms. The person with the highest shared links win our amazing monthly prizes. Share, listen to